I want to know y'all thoughts on this, and we kind of talked about this before, but I want to know y'all thoughts on it because I want you to listen to what she's saying in this video clip, and then I want to get your thoughts on it. The Black church is not focused on building families. What's your thoughts on that? Leave it in the chat. I want to hear what you have to say, but check out this particular video. Here we go.
Black church's focus is not on building families. It's about keeping women single, comfortable, independent. I said what I said. Just look at the numbers. The church is 70 to 80% single women. Yet the pastor want to sell these women this fairy tale, telling them that your Boaz is coming. Keep waiting, knowing good and well that there isn't any single men in the congregation.
Listen, I know someone personally who's been waiting on their Boaz, listening from the church, and the Boaz never showed up to this day. To this day, this 2025, and I think this was probably around 92, 87, 88 to 9, all from 80, I don't know, 90, 92 to some, from the 90s. And it is 2025, and that Boaz has never shown up. I'm just saying, where is he? Did he get lost? Did he take a detour? What happened? Did God forget to send him? Still waiting on that Boaz. Let's continue.
And that's low-key manipulation, because the men aren't flocking to the churches because the churches are catered to women.
Yep.
The sermons shame men and pamper women. The programs be women brunches, women conferences, women's night. The churches know who paid the tithes. It's the women. So they selling the women these dreams while cashing their checks. And let's be real. The men that are in the churches are either one, already married, gay, or looking for some silly woman to take advantage of. You gotta ask yourself, if the church is really about family, why is it full of single mothers, single women, and empty of men? Because the Black church needs the women single, desperate, and waiting. Because if you had the family that you prayed for, then they wouldn't be able to control you.
Oh my God. What do y'all think about what she had to say? I think her point is super relevant, and there was no lies detected. This is what we see happening, you know. And then I remember one pastor, he was sitting up here trying to what he was saying, he gonna give the men, he was bribing the men to come back to the church because I guess maybe the tithes were low, maybe the women wasn't, you know, coming through with the money like they normally would, and they need men to come back in so they can get those tithes up. You know what I'm saying? It's a manipulation tactic that they use, and it's very obvious. See, I think at one point it probably wasn't obvious to some, but it's clearly obvious to a lot of people what's going on. And yeah, people aren't oblivious to this anymore. It's clear as day. And the way they move in the church nowadays is just a mess. It ain't even, you know, I don't even see the point of going to church. What's the point of going to church nowadays? I mean, everybody talking about going to get saved. These saved people acting like the sinners. They're no different from the sinners. Like we talk about women, good women distinguishing themselves from the so-called bad women, right? There's no distinction because they're all doing the same thing. One is just perpetrating like something that they're not, and the other one's just clearly showing you who they are. And I don't think nobody is really aligned with God as much as they want you to believe. I see so many Christian sinners till it's ridiculous. A lot of these Christian folks are worse than the so-called heathens. They really are. They really are. They're no better. And I've seen it, experienced it. And this is why I don't really have too much. I don't look at people like, you know, oh, Christians, oh my God, they're so great, because a lot of them are not. A lot of them are not, and they're full of crap, and they're very hypocritical. They're not Christ-like. They're not godly. They're not none of that. They're worse than the so-called heathens and the so-called worldly people. And so, yeah, I don't, just because you say we was robbed by, scammed by the so-called Christians. So baby, after that, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. When you say a Christian, I go the other way, because I don't be trusting a lot of y'all. Unless I can see what you really are about, and like you really like prove yourself. You gotta prove yourself. Because ain't nobody, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because, you know, a lot of these people are hypocrites and they're using God's name in vain and running to the church. When we see people going to church dressed like hookers, they all on the front line, like skirts up high, the deacons, and it's just a bunch of BS. It ain't real.